Welcome back to the American Rambler. Today, talk about Kamala Harris's new campaign and campaign slogan, "Strength Through Joy." Now, if this sounds a little familiar to you, uh, "Strength Through Joy" was part of the bad guys in Hitler's German Labor Front. It was part of their propaganda as a tool to promote the advantages of uh, socialism. Uh, it was also used to ease the process of rearmament of Germany. Uh, it was also known as the KDF. Uh, Several departments with their own specific goals, with each department organizing different leisure activities. It organized activities such as sporting events on factory floors, art exhibitions, discounted concerts, like the free concerts that Kamala has to provide in order to get somebody to show up to her rally. And most famously, popular subsidized holidays and cruise trips. Well, maybe they're not subsidizing holidays and cruise trips, but if you look at California's latest proposal to subsidize home ownerships to illegal immigrants, and then also Kamala's promises to provide $25,000 down payment. Kind of sound familiar? Didn't we get this under Bush the second? And look what happened there. We had a 2 year recession. Okay, so altogether, was the beauty of labor, which concerned itself with physical and sanitary improvements of workplace. That is something, though, I can get behind. Okay, it's funny how though they're preaching a class divide with millionaires and billionaires. Do you realize that the Democratic Party has the most has the most uh, millionaires and billionaires more than the Republican Party? I'm not a party. I'm not a member of either. Okay. Uh, it also set to both German tourist industry. Okay. So 2.3 million people took KDF holidays. So we'll probably get a lot more people who can't afford to pay off their student loans uh, now can't afford to pay off their housing mortgage because they still have not learned how to deal with debt, taking on extra work in order to pay off the debt. Uh, okay, so here, uh, continue. Once again, the KDF had a number of individual departments. It was called the Beauty of Labor. Uh, uh, the sports office organized tennis skills, skiing, and likewise. And are we looking at how they are doing the trans in sports? But in but in a way, I kind of support this for the fact that women have been crossing the board saying, "Oh, there's not enough here, there's not enough there." It's not the same. The men get this, the men get that. Okay? So if women can cross the gender lines into men's sports, then men can cross the gender lines into women's sports. You can't have it one way. Okay. The leisure time. theaters, concert, organizing local events. Once again, the free concerts, because we all know that Kamala Harris couldn't get anyone to show up to one of her speeches when she talks like an eighth grader that does her speech 2 hours before it's due. Okay, and then here we got the Office of Folklore and Homeland was tasked with organizing smaller bad guy organizations that promoted the folklore and Leostrom. And also, the bad guys also borrowed from the Italian fascist organization, which is the same thing that Kamala is doing. After all, did anyone give her a vote? Now, here's the thing: the funny short little corporal with the funny mustache never was elected. It was the rioting that forced the Chancellor of Germany, who was properly elected, that was put into place. And when the Chancellor died, that was the time for the funny little short man. I'm not talking about funny like ha ha, uh, with the Charlie Chaplin mustache uh, that took over and seized all reins of power within the government. Does this sound familiar? So, the KDS stressed that partaking in sports would encourage physical health and healthy attitude. You know, uh, so they continue with this. Now, at home and abroad, okay, offering discounted tickets, well, this time it's free concerts. But then again, who can afford to go to a Taylor Swift concert? $500 for groceries or $500 for a ticket to go to Taylor Swift concert. Okay. Uh, so, in other words, I used to work for a hotel that offered these free stays, and they weren't really frees, and these were uh, it, the hotel claimed, oh, these were taxes at the state. No, they were not taxes that you had to pay to the state. These were the actual hotel fees that they were lying to the customers. So the hotel was actually getting paid, but saying, oh, if you listen to our pitch, you would get this, you would get that. Uh, you know, about our condo vacation packages. Okay. Now, during their wartime activities, they formed troop care activities, you know, and they had the Ministry of Public Enlightenment and Propaganda. Doesn't that sound like our Ministry of Truth? Or how much of the alphabet soup agencies that Elon Musk uncovered that was within Twitter, now called X? So they continued with their propaganda. So, okay, an important Two was the radio. And as we all know, mainstream media or lamestream media, some people call it, is 100% controlled by the left. Also, theaters, movies, and you know any non-independent entertainment is also controlled by the left. So once again, we have a low IQ president copying from a low IQ bad person, from the bad guys of WW2, aiming to appease low IQ voters. Okay, thank you. Please don't forget to check out my link below. It's my own website, campingsensei.com.